Science Never Stops. I'm your host, Joseph Vick with the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. With today's topic, what is a bar graph? Now, a bar graph is a picture display of data using bars of different heights or lengths to show relative sizes or amounts of something at a glance. So with this, you have along your x-axis and y-axis representations of bars, and with the increased height of a bar that represents a larger amount versus a smaller bar, a smaller amount. So you can also have bar graphs where the bars go horizontally. So it just depends on how the graph maker wants their data to be represented. So let's make our own bar graph using M&Ms. So we talked a little bit about our bar graph, so let's, using our own data points, so I randomly selected 20 M&Ms. Randomly select them out of the bag of M&Ms. So I have 20 M&Ms, so the first thing I need to do is take these M&Ms and group them by color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a key. So the first color I have is red equals, so let me count my reds, 1 and 2. So red equals 2. Next color that I have, I'm going to do yellow. Yellow equals 1, 2. 2 as well. Orange equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Green equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue equals 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. And then last, brown is equal to 3. So I have my key here, which has my data information with 2 red, 2 yellow, 5 orange, 4 green, 4 blue, and 3 brown. So now I'm going to need to set up my bar graph, my x and y coordinates. So I have my ruler here. So I'm going to draw line it up. My x-axis first. And for my x-axis, I want it to be equal to the colors of M&Ms. And with those colors are red, yellow, orange, green, blue, and brown. Now, for my y-axis, draw that one out. My y-axis, and I want it to equal the number of M&Ms in my sample. So I have my X and I have my Y. And I have my key with my data amounts. So what I'm going to need to do is determine the scale of my y-axis. So I'm looking at my sort of data set here, and it looks as though the largest amount that I have is 5. So I think I'm going to go up by individual units. Starting with 0 here, then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and top the scale with 10. So for it to be a bar graph, I need to represent these numbers in bar form. Now, first I'm going to do that by placing my pieces here, 1 and 2. Yellow, 1 and 2. Orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Green, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, and brown, 1, 2, 3. So I have them on my bar graph. So I'm just going to now take my colored markers and trace a bar around them to represent their number. And that is an example of a bar graph where you have your x-axis showing your colors of M&Ms, your y-axis showing your number of M&Ms, our key, but the one thing I have not added is our title, which is important. So I'm going to label this the number of M&Ms in random bag sample. Where on the total equals 20 M&Ms is my sample. And that is a bar graph. Now let's read up on our bar graph. So let's ask ourselves which color from the sample of 20 M&Ms had the most of all. So let's look. Red had 2, yellow had 2, orange had 5, green had 4, blue had 4, brown had 3. So the most is orange, is most. Let's ask which color or colors from the sample had the least. Red has 2, yellow has 2, orange has 5, green has 4, blue has 4, brown has 3. So it looks from our sample it's a tie between red and yellow with the least. So this is our bar graph. I encourage you to find sample items, whether it be M&Ms, Skittles, beads, buttons, to create your own bar graph of your very own. And remember, math never stops and science never stops.